Hello.
Hello.
She's got all gussied up.
I got all gussied up because I'm going out with my friends tonight for dinner. She's got
nap hair.
Nap hair.
Which I never take a nap.
I was surprised because I called to tell her that Princess Kylie was on her way home. Kylie wants someone to open the door for her.
You know, she has a hard time opening the garage. You know, we have a code, you know, opens the garage door.
Well, it doesn't open the first time every time.
I know. So, and she did have her hands full, but
she did have a lot of stuff.
Princess Kylie.
But
and I was taking a nap, which she can tell you, I never do.
No, I was
unless
shocked.
I'm sick. And I'm not sick. I just stayed up way too late before I went to bed last night. I could not fall asleep. Why? I don't know what I was thinking about.
I was shocked when I called her.
I don't even know what I was thinking about. Couldn't fall asleep. So then I felt like I was dragging butt all day. So it just came in the afternoon. And I do get a little lull in the, just mid, you know, after lunch lull. And then I pick back up and then well, I just thought, I'm going to go while I'm in that lull.
Did you lay in the bed or?
I laid in the bed for a half hour.
See,
out like a light till she rang the phone.
But you know what? Sometimes during the week you get up and you drive outside. You go outside to drive Kylie to school.
Yeah.
So that kind of wakes you up.
True. Today she didn't have to.
So she didn't have to do that today.
Yeah, they have midterms, exams, and so they had half days at the school, and so I just didn't bring her because it was like in the morning and it affected our morning.
And Alyssa didn't have school because she's in elementary school. Kylie's in middle school. And they had like a teacher day or something.
Professional development day, they call it.
I don't know. They probably just sit around eating Jimmy John sandwiches.
Probably. Have a meeting and go home.
And then go home. And then I have Sophia because Sophia has pneumonia.
Yes, that's not good.
So that's not good. So
she looks good though.
She looks good. She coughs a lot though. But then Chrissy brought her like at 6 o'clock this morning and she laid on my pillow and I kept like holding my breath.
I wouldn't want her breathing on me. They say some things, some of those aren't catchy, but
I don't think she is. So I kind of, and we didn't get our lazy butts out of bed till like 9:30.
Well,
we were really.
I had to.
But I didn't go to bed till 2:30. So.
Well, I went to bed after 1. Probably. I think it was 1:30. Like.
I don't want to turn my, see, I have my garage light on, but I turn my porch light off because the porch light kind of shines into my room. And
oh, heavens.
And I don't like light. I like it really dark. So I usually turn it off, but then I had a pattern that I was always turning it off at the same time, and I thought of someone's case in my house, so I have to throw that off every once in a while.
They caught the guys that were breaking into the cars. Did you see
that?
I
saw that. Yeah.
In our little local area, they kept breaking into cars. People who have parked, not in your garage, but like a lot of people here, they have 3-car garages, some of them, and they have no room for not one car. But anyway,
not me.
And they have them out, and so they've been breaking into them a lot and stealing stuff out of them. Not taking the cars, just but they caught 3 of them. So
yeah, because I had somebody that come to my house. I put a new roof, not me personally, but I had a new roof put on my house last summer.
I was gonna say I'd like to see that.
I didn't go up there, and I had two young couple, a young white guy and a young black lady, and they were together. And they said, oh, you know, it looks like you need a new roof. It was like 8 o'clock at night. How are you going to see the roof?
Dark as ever at night.
Well, there's not too much snow on the roof. And it's like black, and then it's like black dark. And I'm thinking, how are you telling me about my roof? And then I said, you know, I just got a new roof. Oh, I meant your windows. Well, my windows are bad.
When they're coming that late, I don't like to even open the door. Gary will, but I'm like, I'll just through the door, say no thank you, and like let it go. I want them to know somebody's home because I think they're casing the place.
That's the only reason I answered the door.
Just because they want to see if somebody's home, or I think they're looking to see where old people live. Quite honestly, I know we're old, but I'm talking about like 80-year-olds, and I think that they mark that down.
Well, no, I think they'd mark me down as being old.
No, not like.
I think I'd look like an easy target.
I don't think you'd look like
little do they know.
No, I'm just kidding. They want a frail little, a frail lady.
Yes.
And you know, if they have dogs or not, my dog barks like a fool. Now, mind you, I know she would never save my life, other than she would make me aware of something happening because, you know.
And like we said, no matter how big your dog is, if they want to get in, they'll just shoot the dog.
Sadly.
You know, so.
But anyway, so.
But we're at 2 different ends of the scope because she was robbed. She was robbed, so she has an experience with it. So she's a Chicken Little. I, on the other hand, am stupid and go anywhere and don't really care. I mean, I'll go in a parking lot late at night and by myself.
And the reality of the world is things happen.
And
they don't care that you're old because, you know,
no, they don't.
They'll assault you when you're an 85-year-old brittle little woman.
Yeah.
And when those that have a special place in hell.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, those people that do that. But, you know what I mean? So it's not all about, ooh, she looks good or doesn't look good or big or little. They're nuts.
Oh, thank you for pointing to me when you said little.
No.
You said big.
Big or little, whatever.
Whatever.
Anyway, so why do we get talking about that? Okay, let's go on to a better subject. I don't know what it is, but I had a friend that used to live in our neighborhood, and she's moved out 5 years ago.
It's been that long. Wow.
But she still has the house here, and they rent it out to people. So she had to come check about the roof or something that I have to talk to you about. But anyway, we're talking about roofs. But and it was just nice sitting and talking to her. It was a very nice little visit, you know. So that was my day.
My day was not happy because, well, I have Sophia who has pneumonia, and a friend of mine saw she needs her prayers. I'm not going to put her name out there, but she's had other issues in the past, and she just went for a routine CAT scan to check out the problems that she was having, and all of those came back fine, but they found out she has bladder cancer. So she's got to go for surgery on Tuesday. So I have assured her that if she loses her hair, that I will be shaving my head in support. So if you see me one time with bald head, that's why, because I've always told anybody I will do it in support of them. We're hoping that that's not going to come to that. She seems to think the surgery is going to cover it all, but she needs your prayers, so put her on your prayer chain. I appreciate it.
That was sad.
But it was sad. It was sad to hear it. It was just,
I think we take for granted our health.
Yeah. And you know what the thing is, when we first met, she was always like into the health food things, and she was always eating all the healthy stuff, and you know, like the no fat and the low fat, and she was just like all gung-ho, and here I'm eating all my crap. And here she's the one.
Why it hits or who it doesn't hit, because cancer affects so many people.
And then my uncle, he ran the Boston Marathon every year, and he died of a heart attack. So.
Yeah, you never know. Your ticket's up, as my mom used to say.
Go.
Your ticket is punched.
Uncle Leo, look at, he ate like a king.
Yeah.
You know, and he had a good life.
You never know.
And he had a heart attack too. Oh boy, we're depressing.
Aren't we? I'm thinking, let's find a topic that's enlightening.
So I called, I'm sorry.
No,
go ahead.
I was going to say nothing.
So I called the restaurant that we're going to go to. It's Bagger Dave's. It just opened over here by us.
That's a new one, yeah.
So we wanted to see how it was going to work out. So there's 8 of us that go. So I called this morning and to find out if they took reservations or if they did call ahead seating. And the girl hung up on me.
I guess that's a no.
So I called back. She didn't even answer me. She just said, no, I guess. I don't know. And then she hung up. So then I called back hoping I'd get someone else, and I got her again. And so I said, don't hang up on me again. I just have a quick question. Do you have call ahead seating or reservations? And she said, you'd have to check our website. I can't tell you that answer. I said, okay, fine. So then I went to their website. It is the worst website I've ever seen in my life. It had no information at all. So I went into the contact us, and I put a little complaint that, all I wanted to know, and there's an Applebee's, what do you think, right around the corner. Probably less than 1/8 of a mile away. And I put in the thing, I said, you know what, we were going to bring 8 people to your restaurant tonight, but instead we're going to go to the Applebee's. You're going to have a lot of people going to Applebee's. And I left my name and my phone number. If I leave a complaint, I always leave my name and phone number, because otherwise they don't take you seriously. And within an hour, the manager of the restaurant called. He's holding 8 seats for me tonight, and I have an appetizer waiting. So it was really nice. He said that she should have never directed me to the thing, and that they don't have call ahead seating, and they don't take reservations. And she should have just told me that. And I said, no, I don't have a problem with that. I'll just get there a little bit earlier.
That don't.
Because we have like Denise's group, like once a month someone picks where you're going to go, and then it's their responsibility to get there early enough that you can get a table, which they never do. But
I have friends that like to get there early,
But so you have to get there like a half hour, 40 minutes early in case there is a wait, so that you can hold the table for them so that they can just come in. And you only have to do that once every 4 months, so it's not big.
Well, mine is 3 couples, so it's once.
Yeah, we're 4 couples.
We kind of, it's jokingly argue about whose turn it is. If you want to get something, you'll say, oh, it's not your turn.
Yes.
Oh, but doesn't it sound good? It sounds good for your turn.
We do the same thing.
So, yeah.
But
it's so nice to get out like couples, And
it's
just
fun.
to be able to get out without kids. I know her kids are all grown and whatnot, but just to be out with adults, and then people and you can laugh, and you have stories and stuff with. It's just, I would highly recommend it if you don't do it. And just even if you have one couple to go with, and then you can gain some. Don't get too many, though, because then the dinner's too crazy.
Yes, because I
kind of want to limit it.
I liked our lunch with Mary the other day, because we started off with just a sister's lunch, which just was the 4 of us. And then we kind of had extra people, and then it went into extra people. And then by the time we got done, there was, 12
like
of us?
12 or more.
And then, you really can only talk to the ones that are right by you.
And your food doesn't come good. And it's just a kind of a pain.
So we had the right amount. 5 was a good number.
I think yours 6 is good for us. I don't.
The 8's not bad.
I can't imagine there's another couple that would want to join this particular us 3 couples. But I'm trying to think. Well, they might want to join, but they're not gonna. We have one of them people.
That's an exclusive club.
Well, no, there's somebody in, anywho.
Everybody's got that.
And the
one
whole
friend.
table would agree with me on that.
Yeah.
So it's not just me deciding it's like somebody I don't like. But anyway, let's move on. Because I'm making it sound like I'm so special, but really.
No, but I mean, it's fun.
Sometimes people are clueless that you don't want to be their friend. And you can be as nice as you want to be, but, they don't catch the hint. And, exactly. So. And I was thinking about my friends, and all of my friends are long-term friends. Like, I've known them, like, a long time.
Yeah, well, the ones we go out with, I've known them. Well, one is Jim's sister, but I can consider, even though she's my sister-in-law, she's my friend. And then the other two couples I've known since the 70s. Other than Donna's boyfriend, Jay, I've only known him for 2 years. But that's only because her husband passed away, and she's, going out with Jay now. But he's a nice man. But it took him a while to warm up to us. Because like Denise says, if you've been friends for 30, 40 years, you talk about stuff, and this poor man didn't know what we were talking about. But now we kind of drag him in, and he's good.
Let's see, for us, like, the two couples that I go with, they're two Debbies, and I had worked with one in my 20s and known her 30 years, and then I've known the other one I met my very first job when I was 16. So, Lord, that's 40 years.
Yeah.
So the husbands didn't know each other, but now they know each other. So it will sit the women on one side and the men on the other, so they can talk about their crap and we can talk about ours. But in the beginning, the husbands were a little awkward because they didn't really know each other. I mean, just through like a party or two here or there. But now they have conversations, so that's good.
And see, our advantage was the guys know each other. So,
yeah.
So we have that kind of other than Jay, but I mean, he's kind of,
so
getting with us.
Anyway, it's a fun thing, and I think I would highly recommend it.
And it's nice when you're old. I'm sure her friend, if you've been friends long enough, you just say separate bills.
Oh, yeah. We're clear about that. We said that the very first time we went out, and I think I was the one that brought it up, and I said, before the waitress had come, and I had just said, I just think it would be best if we just did our separate bills, and that way you can have whatever you want. Because, I said, we don't drink, Gary and I, when we're out, he'll have pop, I'll have water. Well, these are the ones that like to talk. Well, I'm not paying for that. And they were all in agreement, because then now you can order and not worry and not have to pay for, you see somebody ordering that really expensive thing. I don't care.
Yeah,
We've known each other long enough that it was like,
that
was like a relief to all of them, and then it just works out well. So.
Yeah, most restaurants, even if you have 8, they'll take your order as the 8, but then they'll break the,
we tell them right from the get-go.
Well, we tell them too, but then they break the receipts down. But and then we've never had a problem anywhere we go, and we've never been to the same restaurant twice. You seem to go to the Green Street a lot.
Well, some people like to say that's their pick, and they get to pick. I like to try something new every time.
Yeah, we go somewhere new all the time.
But yeah, I'll go along with the program as long as it's not Red Lobster.
Yeah, I don't like Red Lobster.
They did say that one time. I go, okay, no. You have to be able to have a veto power. If something, I would be so ill by the time I left there, just from seeing because I can't see what it looks like when it's alive kind of person. So when you go in that kind of restaurant, they're coming out like, a big lobster. I can't do it. I would be ill. I really would.
And see, Jim doesn't like Mexican or Chinese. Jim doesn't like Chinese, so we never get Chinese. And Donna doesn't like Mexican, so we never get Mexican. So,
but really, there's
there's so many other ones.
Yeah,
you can never go wrong with a good burger.
Yeah.
And like Italian, you always go to Italian. Italian is
my
mother always called
it. That. And the other thing, kind of going along with that thought, is that I belong, and I try to get to do it, but not so much. It's like to join groups that you're with ladies, who have a similar interest or whatever it is. So, like, I go to card club where we make cards. I go to a quilt guild where we talk about quilts. I go to a stitch group where we actually sew, and I'm with those people. And now I've just joined a new group, a Christian homeschooling moms or something. I can't remember the exact name of it. But anyway, and of course, then I have a similar, and they're all younger than me because I'm an old mom and with kids this age, except for one who said I don't know, she was my age if she was a day. She had a 5-year-old. Well, I don't know. Anyway, and she didn't say they were adopted because I said mine are adopted. I have never a problem with saying that right off because I'm proud of that and not ashamed of that. But and that lady didn't say it. But anywho, so that was a new group, and I didn't know a soul there. I thought maybe if they were reading Bibles the whole time. See, we go to church every week.
Yeah.
And I'm a very, strong Catholic, but I do not Bible study. Just not something.
Well, you know what? We were never Catholics. Don't Bible
They don't really
study.
do that. Well, they kind of.
Well, they read the Gospels and stuff like that.
Well, there's a group at church if you really want to do that.
Yeah.
It's not like you can't do it because they do have a group of ladies, and I think there's a men's group that do that. But it's not just something we were raised with. It's not something we do. And so I thought, well, if that's what we're going to be doing, I'll be going to one meeting. And it wasn't. We did have a little portion of, talking about a devotional and talking about who needs prayers in the group. I have no problem with that because that's perfectly fine. But it's like the other time they were talking about our common interest. So my point to her is find something with a common interest.
I've tried. I went to
one time.
Yeah, one time. I did go to the library for the readers group. I read the book of the month and I went for the thing, and it was not anything like I thought it would be.
But there's more than one reading group.
You know what? I was thinking of maybe what Denise says my driving scares her, but I figured they're old and they can't see half the time anyhow. But our church has like people if they need to go to the grocery store or, like to the doctor's office or something. I could do that.
Well, that would be during the day, so you'd be better off
and I'd
at
be
night.
fine.
She's crazy.
She doesn't. I'm fine. But you know what? With these glasses though, because
oh, don't say you can drive at night.
I can drive at night. I can drive. I can drive at night. Since I've had my cataracts off, I can drive at night. I'll admit we went to pick up the kids one time for, there was some kind of jump thing. What was it called? Where they went for that jumping thing at the trampolines.
Oh, Friday flip out.
Flip out,
gymnastics, they'll have them just go to music and whatnot.
And then they just run around like banshees. But, and it was dark. It was a dark, stormy night. It was really bad. It was really scary. And I couldn't find the driveway to pull into because it was so dark. So she never had me drive at night ever since.
Well, I don't even like to drive in the day.
My plan worked.
I don't really like it driving. I drive in the day now, even.
But when I drove my brother-in-law to the doctor's the other day, by the time we got done and got home, it was getting kind of dusky. And with these glasses, which I go tomorrow, I'm going to have them regrind them or something. But there was such a glare, it was like a halo around all the lights, and so it was very difficult to drive. I shouldn't have been driving, but I had to get to home.
But you did.
But I did. Well, I had to get home. Right. I didn't have to go to McDonald's and pick up dinner, but I did.
McDonald's. Good.
I didn't have, I had a hamburger, but I had leftover from the Outback to go with the hamburger. But,
anyway, no, that's a very good program. But no, I want you with a group of people. No, we have a senior center.
Yeah, but they all go on trips and stuff, and I'm not a trip going person.
No. I look at that paper and I see all the things they're doing, and you can't tell me.
Bingo, I don't do bingo.
They do yoga in a chair.
I don't do yoga.
In a chair.
I don't do yoga in a chair.
They do regular exercise.
I don't exercise.
And they have all kinds of different things. It has nothing to do with craft because she's not a crafter.
I'm not a crafter.
But it has, and she won't try any of them. I say go once and see, and then to me, it's my life. Like I love, not my life, but I love getting out and being with people and not being a mom and not being a wife and just, and meeting new people.
We're completely different in that case.
We are very
I'm
completely.
Perfectly content sitting in a chair reading a book or going for my walks all by myself.
Well, I can do both.
You know what? I
of those
could have
things
walked
too.
today, but
I don't. But I also like to be around people. And you don't know
Oh.
until you try. And trying one time at one library, which is not even where we're at. There's more than one library in our area. And
yes, there is.
And she could try this one.
Yeah,
more
but
time.
the other library by us, it's kind of dingy. I don't like it. It's
Which?
the one in over around Chesterfield Road.
Oh, I actually like that one.
Oh, I
That's
don't.
nice.
It's like.
But anywho.
Oh, a couple people asked about my puzzle that I did, and Jim got it for me for my birthday. And you just send a bunch of your pictures that you want, and it's www.puzzleu.com. And then you send your pictures, they make it into a puzzle, and they send it back to you. So
Jim had help with that, I'm sure.
Yes, he didn't. Jim wouldn't have done that. He didn't know how to do that. Somebody he worked with helped him do that. Jim would have. But he saw the idea on a commercial.
No, I give him all the credit for all doing it.
Jim gave me the one crappy present that one year, and I never let him forget about it.
I
told you about it, and he's been very good ever since then. He just goes out of his way. As Christy said, that he has a side job just to pay for all my Christmas presents this year, because he really did go out of his way.
And I did start that 1,000-piece puzzle, and I had it up on a higher table, like in my craft. I've never shown you my craft room, blah blah blah. Anyway, I have like a big work table. It's a workbench, and I had it up there, and I was really making very good progress of the outside border. And then all of a sudden, in my kitchen, I see something on the floor. I'm like, oh, it's a puzzle piece. Okay, I thought, so I put it back, and then I walk in my front room. There's a puzzle piece. It's like my darn cats. I have 2 cats. they were batting them all around. Well, now I don't know if I have all the puzzle pieces. So,
well, you found one the other day under the
and
TV.
I found another one. I've actually found 4
Under the
out
TV
in
stand.
not in that room. So in that room, I have like things that it could be under too. It's like, oh my goodness. So I put it all in the box and I put it out to the recycle because it's not a full puzzle. I certainly couldn't give it to anybody else because they'd have the same problem.
Yeah, they'd be pissed.
They'd be very bad. So yeah, no, that's not going to happen. I did have fun for the day that I did it.
But I have like one of those things that you roll up.
Oh, we gotta hurry.
Oh,
like
us.
Subscribe.
Subscribe.
Share.
Comment.
And
Oh,
who
share.
cares? Do them all. Oh.